Dumelang Mzansi, welcome to the 1 Minute Talk Show right here on YouTube FM. And I'm your host, Sean Temba. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking all things fashion and entertainment. And we've got incredible guests for you tonight in the house, starting off with our number one artist. I'm just joking. You get serious? Okay. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Sean Temba here. I'm back again with another video. It's 2025 and I just hope everyone is doing great because I'm absolutely well. I'm fantastic, and you know, let's bring that groove back. Let's bring the joy back in. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and leave your comment down in the comment section after you've watched the video. And if you're an old subby, just hit that like button and leave your comment in the comment section once you've watched the whole video. And yeah, thank you guys so much for taking your time and watching this video. Really appreciate it, and stay tuned because today we are talking about massive things. If you don't like this video, or if you don't think this concerns you, send it to somebody who you know might relate to this topic that I'm going to be talking about today, because you never know, maybe a friend needs to see this, and you know, share it with your friends. Tell your friends to share it with their friends. Post it on your stories, on your Insta, on your WhatsApp, even on your TikTok. I mean, let's blow this thing up. I really appreciate you guys, and yeah, let's get right into it. So today we're going to be talking about all things pageantry and modeling, because I believe that's two separate things that most individuals don't get. But I'm going to be talking about my experience so far, and any tips that I have, I'm going to be giving out tips to you guys, because I also have some notes that I wrote down in my notebook. It's a lot of notes, so I'm going to be, you know, sharing insights with you. And I'm not a professional model as of yet, because I've only started last year around let me see, I think around June, July. That's when I got deeply involved in the modeling industry and the pageant industry, because before that I just did my research and I was only 17. I didn't know what I was doing, because I remember, this is so funny, I remember sending applying to an agency when I was 17, yeah, because I didn't know what you needed to do to apply to agencies. I didn't know they needed Polaroids. So I just had my Insta and I went on this certain website. I won't mention the name of the agency. So you know what I did? When I got on the website, you see they want headshots, they want a side view, they want full length. So I just went and selected random pictures in my gallery. Imagine, I didn't know we need to have those kind of pictures to submit. I just went ahead, sent out a selfie for headshot. I sent a picture that I took for the side view, and just a normal picture for my you know, this is so funny actually when I come to think of it, but I'm so glad now I understand everything. And you know, it's something I don't want you also to do. It's a mistake I don't want someone else to do. Hence, I'm emphasizing that, you know, share this video with somebody who needs to see this. If you need to see this, listen attentively, because I think this information might help you. And I don't know a lot, but what I've learned so far might help you in, you know, beginning your journey in this industry if you are thinking about becoming a model. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. So I am a freelance model from South Africa. I'm 19 years old, and so for most of you who don't know what a freelance model is, a freelance model is a model that is not signed to any agency. So I'm basically looking for work myself, looking for castings myself, you know, sending those DMs myself to get collaborations, to get shoots. I am doing everything by myself. I have no agency. So that's what a freelance model is. Okay, but now, since you know I've had the ropes around being a freelance model, and you know, it's nice, it's because you your own boss and all that, but it's hard to get work as a freelance model from my perspective, especially in South Africa, because I feel like the fashion market here is not as broad as in other countries like Milan, Los Angeles, New York, Tokyo, because that's where, you know, big agencies are. That's where the fashion market is on high demand. And yeah, being a freelance model is a bit hard for me. That's why now, you know, I'm looking for an agency. I'm taking Polaroids. I'm applying to those agencies and hopefully I get responses. I don't want to waste so much time talking about myself, so I'm just gonna give you guys, you know, the tips on modeling. My experience in the industry has been rather amazing, I'm not gonna lie. And I recently went to my first casting with my South Africa in March, but I didn't book the job. And it was so amazing. I met so many people, and as a first timer going to a casting, you know, it was so good. I felt, like it was so good, and yeah, I learned so much. And you know, it's these little moments that I get to cherish. You know, when I go out and I'm in a space where there are people like me, people with dreams, people with visions, you know, people who value creativity. And I just love modeling. So far I've worked with 4 brands. I've modeled for a day at Blink Collection. Blink Collection is a brand. It has 2 stores now, one in Hatfield, one in Mainland. Those are the only stores that I know. And I've worked with iWorld. iWorld doesn't have a Instagram, I think. I've taken some shots for ASNW and his comments. And what's the 4th one that it's iWorld, it's Blink Collection, it's Ace and Danny in his comments. Oh my gosh, I forgot the other one now. Yeah, but you know, all these collaborations have been nice. They were all collaborations. You know, I've got to meet people during the shoots. I've taken shots with amazing photographers. You know, it doesn't matter if you're getting paid or not. What matters is, as long as you're enjoying the space, or well, for me, and the moment, and you know, you're doing what you love, it's those moments that count. It's those moments that make you feel whole. It's those moments that make you feel like, yeah, you know, I am finally a model. I am finally living my dream. And yeah, one thing that's hard about being a freelance model is getting to land jobs with with, you know, big brands. Not repeatable because all brands are repeatable, with big brands like my South Africa, brands like Kosi or Imprint. Well, these are South African brands. If you're watching from another country, your brands like yeah, like basically all these South African brands that are big, you know, that are out there and doing the most. But one thing I've learned so far is that what matters is how you present yourself, how you carry yourself, the amount of work you put in. What else can I say? Yeah, just invest in yourself. Oh my gosh, I need to emphasize on this one thing. Make sure, if you are as young as me and you still live at home, you make sure your parents fully support your dream, fully support and see your vision. Because if not, let me tell you now, you're gonna have difficulties when it comes to finances. Let me tell you, in the beginning, modeling, yo guys, you will be drained, but it's all worth it, you know, because you will need to pay for those cards yourself. You need to pay for those test shoots. You paying for those shoots, and shoots are not cheap, let me tell you that, because you want the best, and the best comes at the best price. Obviously, you need to pay for your own transport when you go to those shoots. You need to pay for your own transport when you go to castings and all that, but at the end of the day, it's worth it. At the end of the day, you are going to be reaping the benefits, because you are investing in yourself. So when that investment comes back, you know, it's going to be 10 times as much than the amount of money you or your parents or your guardian or whoever invested in you. So if you want to, you know, be a model, give it a go right now. Stop being skeptical about it. You know, apply to that agency. If you want to be a freelance model, be a freelance model. Do what you gotta do, you know. Send those emails yourself, ask for those collaborations. It never hurts, and you never know when you're gonna land that big job. But for me, I am over being a freelance model. I am now gonna sign to an agency, and this year we need to go big. We need to go international, you know, because that's my end goal. As much as, yes, I love South Africa, I want to work here, but I want to work as an international model. Like, that's my end goal. Even if I had to make my first runway debut in Milan, I will wait. Even if it takes me 5 years, I will wait. Do you hear what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, just keep working, keep pushing, and make sure that you are self-driven. Make sure that you're ambitious. Make sure that you have your eye on the prize, and the prize is you becoming the best version of yourself no matter what. I hope you guys are gonna enjoy this video, because I'm gonna be talking about so many tips that I noted down for you guys. And you know, if you have any agencies that you are signed to, that you would recommend to me, please do so in the comment section or on my Instagram. I leave my portfolio, my link in the description box. And if you are an agent and you're watching this video and you think I'm a correct fit for your vision, feel free to hit me up. If you are a scout and you know this face does it for you, hit me up and let's blow this thing up. I love you guys so much. So if you are out there and you're watching this video and you know you want to be a model, or you're already a model but you're still figuring yourself out, the first thing that you need to understand is the modeling industry. You need to know that the modeling industry, you know, always has different trends. It's always shifting. It's scenery. Nothing is ever stagnant. So you know, every day an update is happening. Every day something is happening. And first and foremost, when it comes to the modeling industry, you need to understand what type of model you are. You know, because we have different types of models. We have fashion models, we have commercial models, we have your fitness models, we have plus size models, we have specialized models. So don't mind me just taking my head down, because I have these notes that I wrote for you guys. So I'm going to be checking from them. So yeah, we have different types of models. So I think when you want to join the modeling industry, or if you're already in the modeling industry, you need to decide what type of model you want to be. And we have editorial models. I forgot that one. So for myself, I'm a fashion and editorial model, and yeah, that's what I am. So you need to specify what type of model you are. And when it comes to fashion modeling, you need to be a certain height for boys, you know, when the requirements for most guys are from, I think, 183 centimeters to 190. It depends on the agents and the casting directors on what they're looking for in that season. So mostly it's, you know, meters to 19. I'm not really sure about, but yeah, you need to be at least over 180 centimeters tall. But you can still be below that, you know, and be a fashion model. It depends on the casting director, like I said, and the agent, and you know what they're looking for, the certain job that they want to book you for. And then we have commercial modeling. Commercial modeling is for like advertisements, catalogs, products, you know, your Mr. Price, your Ackermans, all those billboards you see, that's what we call commercial modeling. And then we have editorial modeling. Editorial modeling is for your magazines, you know, your Vogues, your Soweto magazines, all those magazines is called, all these models you see in magazines, they are editorial models. And then we have your e-coms. Your e-coms is your websites. When you go onto the Mr. Price websites and you trying to select what type of clothes you want to buy, that's what you call your e-com models. They're the ones that, you know, advertise your clothes on websites. And then you have your fitness models. They advertise sportswear, fitness products. They deal with health campaigns. And then you have plus size modeling. They also have plus size models in the fashion. They represent fashion and advertising. So we have fashion models, that's what I meant to say, sorry. We have plus size fashion models. And it also depends on what the casting director or the agent is, you know, looking for in that season, or what the designers have designed in that season, if it fits, you know, plus size models. And then we have specialized modeling, which deals with hand, foot, and parts modeling. So I didn't know a lot about specialized modeling because I researched about it and it appeared. So apparently it's hand models, foot models, and body part models. Yeah, so we have different types of modeling. So if you want to be a model, you first need to figure out what type of model you want to be. And then that's when you can, you know, start planning ahead and getting yourself a vision board, because that's what I did, you know, have that vision board, put it on your wallpaper, or put it more at the back of your door or anywhere at your house, you know, so that every day when you wake up and you're watching that vision board and you know that's where you want to get in life. And you know, that's going to give you the motivation to always work, and work. Because without working, there's no way you're gonna get anything in return. In order for you to, you know, grow and succeed in this industry, you need to stay up with the trends. You need to always work, you know, practice those poses in the mirror, in front of the mirror. Let them think, "Hore, you're mad at home." You know, walk that walk. When you go to the bathroom, just practice the walk. When you're out in the garden, practice the walk. You know, when you even go to the mall, practice that walk. If you want to be a fashion model and you want to do the runway, practice each and every single day, and trust me, you'll never go wrong. Next, what you need as a model is a portfolio. So basically, a portfolio is like a website. Most people these nowadays use websites, or a book that has your images and your contact details, where a certain agent or casting director can, you know, see the type of work that you do, your different type of styles, your different types of styling, your different types of poses, because it's a book that has all your images. Like when you flip this side, it's a picture of you maybe in Louis Vuitton, and another picture of you in Fendi, and another picture of you in Burberry, where, you know, with different types of styling. Maybe this is your fashion modeling, and one is commercial, and then you have an an editorial. So yeah, you need to have a portfolio as a model. And then the most important thing that you also need to have for castings, when you go to castings, is called a Z card, and some people call it a comp card. So a comp card is basically a card that has your picture. It has your picture in front and your name, and then if you are signed to any agency, it has your agency's details. And if you're a freelance model like me, it's gonna have your contact details, your email, your phone number, and your height, your measurements. Most of the time the measurements, it's your chest, it's your full height, it's your waist and your hips. And yeah, I think that's because I think that's what mine has. I'll just put it down, attach it to the screen so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. And that's the most important thing that you need to have when going to castings as a model. And a portfolio is a must-have, so make sure you have a portfolio, make sure you have a comp card, because those are the most important things to have as a model. So another thing that I've been advised to do by someone in the modeling industry is, content creation, blogging, vlogging, creating reels on Instagram, creating videos on TikTok, because that reaches a whole lot of audience. It reaches people internationally, and you never know who's watching that video. It might be a casting director, it might be an agent, it might be a scout, that's looking for fresh faces, and you might happen to be one of them. So put those videos when you go to castings, create those vlogs, just do life in the day of a model. When you're going to a photo shoot, it doesn't even have to, when you're going to do your Polaroids, just take yourself a random video walking, down the street. And that's all it takes for someone to recognize you. It never needs to be so much glamorous things, just that little thing that matters. You don't need to have an iPhone 16. You don't need to have a Canon camera. Just with your Android, it doesn't even matter. The quality doesn't matter. What matters is you. What matters is the person behind the camera. So whatever you do, make sure you engage with your audience. Make sure you engage with the followers on Instagram, on TikTok, on a daily or on weekly basis. Keeping them motivated, because as much as you're doing it for yourself, yes, but also people out there might love what you're doing. People out there, someone out there might be inspired by you, and just decide that I like this person, actually I want to book them. Or you never know, maybe the owner of my closet is watching your video and he's like, I actually want this guy to model for my clothes, for my brand. That little things are the things that matter. So just create that content, be consistent. I know consistency is hard to maintain, because I know myself am not consistent enough. It's hard, especially when work's not coming in, because you don't know what you're gonna vlog about, you don't know what you're gonna post about. So yeah, but try by all means to always stay engaged, always do behind the scenes shots, and it really goes a long way. And also Instagram is a very popular and demand way to network with people. It's also kind of a portfolio building, because most casting agents are on Instagram. So you never know who's watching your profile. And yeah, just do that. Post and post. Okay, so I also have 3 do's and don'ts in the modeling world. Well, for me, and if you think you'd want to follow these do's and don'ts, you're more than welcome to do it. So my first do is be punctual and reliable. Make sure that you're always on time to shoots. Make sure that you're always on time to castings. That always leaves a good impression on whoever you're working with. And always credit your collaborators when posting on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, wherever. Make sure you tag your stylist, make sure you tag your makeup artist, make sure you tag your photographer, make sure you tag your casting agent. Always credit your collaborators, and continuously update your portfolio and skills. So this one comes in when you go for shoots. Always make sure that your portfolio is updated, because we don't want to see pictures from 2022 but it's 2025. Okay, because you in 2022 and the you now are completely different people. So make sure you're always updating your portfolio. Make sure you're always working on that poses, you're always working on that walk, and just keep it up to date. and don't, never burn bridges in the modeling industry. As big as this industry is, it's also very small, because a casting director from Maxxosa and the casting director from Kosi probably know each other. So if you had bad blood with a casting director from Maxxosa and someone from Louis Vuitton asks the casting director from Maxxosa about you, and she's like, oh no, I've worked with that model is rude, or that model is 1, 2, 3, and it might be over for you before it even starts. So if you know that you are a rude person, or if you know that you don't like people, then don't do it. Or if you want to do it, then leave that attitude at home, and be humble, be respectful, be polite when you are around people in the fashion, in the modeling industry, because kindness and being humble and humility goes a really, really long way. It goes like a really, really long way. And also, don't ignore feedback that you get, whether it's from castings, whether it's from a photo shoot, whether it's from anywhere in the fashion industry. Do not ignore feedback. Use that feedback to grow. Instead, as a model, use it to grow. Feedback is very important, especially criticism, because you can't always be told that you're so perfect. Oh my gosh. No, there always has to be that one thing that you need to fix. It's either that walk, or it's either that pose, it's either the way you hold your body posture, it's either the way you adjust your face, it's either your skincare routine is wrong, it's either there's something always, not always, but when there's something wrong, be what can I say, be ready to change that, be ready to adjust what needs to be adjusted so that you are in the right lane. Okay, don't be, when someone is giving feedback and be like, oh okay, and then when you get home you do nothing about it, because at the end of the day you're not doing them a favor by not listening. It's all on you. Okay, so yeah, don't ignore feedback. Use it to grow as a model, use it to grow as an individual, because at the end of the day you want to be better than you were yesterday, and there's no way you're going to be better than you were yesterday if you don't realize the mistakes that happened in the past and rectify them. Okay, I hope you get that. Okay, so now we have the most important of them all: rejection. Okay, so I have this whole page on notes about rejection. It's crazy, because this is one thing that drags a lot of people down in the modeling industry, and it's the reason why so many models today, or rather used to be models, are not in the modeling industry anymore because of rejection. I mean, rejection will always be there. I've been rejected a couple of times by some agencies that I applied to last year. It's 2 agencies that rejected me actually, and it never dragged me down. I was like, this is not for me, this is not my time right now. It means an agency will come that sees me, that understands my vision, sorry, oh my goodness, or that I align with, and it might not be the one that you want, but a better one will come, and better opportunities will come. Don't let rejection drag you down, because in the modeling industry it's always gonna be there. You're always gonna find it, no matter what. Do you hear me? No matter what, you're always gonna find it. So I have a when will it happen and a why will it happen. A when will it happen? All the time, every single year, maybe every single month, all the time. That's what you need to know. Rejection is going to happen each and every time. And why will it happen? Number one, not because you're not pretty enough, not because you don't have we are so much in this industry. You might not be the fit they're looking for. They might be looking for somebody with taller legs and your legs are shorter and you have a longer upper body, or they might be looking for someone with a longer upper body and short legs, or you know, somebody that has cheekbones and somebody with a visible jawline, and you know, somebody that's light skinned or dark skinned, and you the exact opposite of what they might be looking for in that time. And maybe you don't have enough Polaroids or you have a weak portfolio. That's why I insist on having a pretty great portfolio and, you know, work on those Polaroids. If you can't take your own Polaroids, go to a photographer, get those Polaroids taken. And maybe you don't have enough experience like me, because I'm still a beginner model, and they want someone who's been in the game for a long time, you know, somebody who can move their way and, you know, that knows, or somebody they've worked with, and also maybe not fitting the profile they're looking for. Like I said, they might look for somebody light skinned and you dark skinned. They might be looking for a guy that's 190 meters 90 centimeters tall and you are 187, and you should never let it drag you down. You know, just work, and one day you're gonna find the right job for you. You're gonna land that Versace deal, you're gonna land that Fendi job, you're gonna land that Burberry job, you're gonna go to Milan, you're gonna walk Paris Fashion Week, you're gonna walk London Fashion Week, you know, you're gonna work with all those brands that you've always visioned yourself working with. Okay, it takes time, it needs patience, it needs faith, it needs courage, it needs discipline, it needs you being humble all the time. Okay, never give up, never ever. You know, rejection has always been there. People have been rejected in varsities, people have been rejected in school, people have been rejected in their workplaces, people have been rejected in their families, people have been rejected in their relationships, but they're still there, they're still living, they're still thriving, and they are the best versions of themselves that they could ever be. You know, don't let that discourage you, don't let it drag you down. Always make the best out of it. Okay, I hope you are listening attentively. You know, I'm enjoying this so much. So also one thing that I want to talk to you guys about, it's contracts and industry standards. You know, if you're a freelance model and you get a paying job, you need to be able to outline your contract, you need to be able to read the clauses and everything in it. You know, it's so easy for people to exploit you in this industry. It's so easy for people to rob you. It's so easy for people to take advantage of you, since, you know, because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm getting this job and it's paying me let me say 5,000 rands, and you know, you've never seen that much money, or you have, but yeah, just like the excitement is there, and you know, you're not thinking straight, but only to find out that you are actually worth more than that. You needed to be paid maybe 15,000, and they just giving 5,000 because, you know, they found someone who's so overjoyed and who doesn't care about reading a contract, who doesn't care about anything. They just want to get the job and done with it. So one thing you need to do is understand your modeling contracts. If you get a contract, don't hesitate to sign it instantly. Take your time, read it, ask that person to give you time to go over it, you know, go over the clauses, understand each and every chapter, each and every sentence of that contract. Make sure that you know your payment structures, your hourly, your per job, your exclusivity clauses, because, you know, some models charge per hour, some models charge per job. If you're a freelance model, I think you charge per hour. And even with agencies, because with agencies, I don't know how they work, and yeah, but you know, you need to protect yourself from scams and exploitations. So make sure you're always on the lookout for people who might want to scam you. Don't just be susceptible to scammers and hackers, because there are a lot of people in this industry that are scammers. And you know, if you are naive, if you are just, you know, doing each and anything just to be a model, you will find yourself in the shambles, like really, really deep in the shambles. Don't do that to yourself. I am humbly begging you. Do not fall prey to predators out there that are waiting for you to fall prey to them. You know, focus, focus, and focus. So one more thing that you need to do when you're in the modeling industry is to make sure that you take good care of your body, your skin, your face. Make sure that your face is clean. Mine is not clean, but I am getting this step by step, day by day. Make sure you're hydrated. Make sure you're working out or you're taking that jog. You know, just keep your body in check. Just keep it fit all the time. Personally, I prefer jogging because I used to go to the gym, but then they closed the gym that I used to attend nearby. The gyms that I have now like far from me, and you know, finances right now are so tight, so I jog not every morning but most of the mornings. I jog and I take care of my face, and I am always hydrated. Make sure you drink enough water. Oh my gosh, yeah, just make sure you take care of that skin. Yeah, sorry. Make sure you always taking care of that skin. Have a skincare routine that suits with you, that, you know, identify a type of skin. I have oily skin, so I know what I need to have. I had a lot of hyperpigmentation, so I needed products that are gonna, you know, help my skin rejuvenate. My skin was dehydrated. Yeah, just those kind of things. And if you have the money to go for facials, you know, go for those facials. Work on your face and just make sure you're always looking 100%, okay? Because you got this no matter what they say. One last thing when it comes to modeling is you need to be professional at all times. You know, be professional, be confident. Like, confidence takes you a really, really long way. Never give up. Guys, you know, I emphasize so much on the giving up part. Do not give up. This is your dream. The reason why you chose to do this is because you've always dreamt of it. You know, you've always seen yourself working with Alton Mason. You've always seen yourself working with Naomi Campbell. You know, that dream is still valid. That dream can still be there. You've always seen yourself in New York, you know, on Times Square and a billboard. Stay focused, work hard, stay confident, believe in yourself. Do not compare yourself to anybody. If you ever decide to compare yourself to any other model, make sure that comparison is good comparison. Make sure you're comparing yourself to be better than them, not them. Because let me tell you one thing, ain't no way I am gonna be able to be Alton Mason. No. I can wanna be like Alton Mason, but there's no way I'm gonna be Alton Mason. Make sure that you stay authentic. Make sure that you are yourself, no matter what. Do you hear me? Authenticity goes a really long way. Do not try and imitate other people. You know, the moment you shift your focus and you're always looking at what Amechi Madu does, you're gonna try and be more Amechi Madu than you are yourself. Do you understand that? If you are always gonna be like, let me see what Denetric Malope does or what Lebo Malope does, you're never gonna get to really fully understand who Sean Temba is or who you are as a model. Yes, I love Denetric Malope. Yes, I love Lebo Malope. You know, don't try to be them. Build yourself separate from them. Yes, take insights here and there. Yes, take notes from this and that from what they do, but do not try and be them. Your journeys are not the same. You are not the same people. Do you understand that? So how you guys are gonna be won't be the same. I feel like the moment you start and try to be someone that you're not, that's when everything just goes in the opposite direction. Be yourself, be authentic, stay true to your craft, work, and you've got this. You've got it. I believe in you. I believe in myself. I trust that we got this, and you know, we are gonna get to that international stage, one step at a time, one day at a time. Yeah. I feel like I've said so much for today. I don't want to make this video too long because then it's gonna be boring for some people, but I'm gonna make a part 2 where I'll be talking about pageantry. And yeah, so for everyone who got to this part of the video, if you really enjoyed this video, if you think it was very insightful, if you want to know any additional information, I leave my Instagram link in the description box, and then you can DM me from there. And if you know anybody who could use this information, please, and I emphasize with you, share it with them. Don't hold back any of this, to somebody who might need it. Send it to your friend, send it to anybody who needs to see this. And if you're watching this, you're a model or you are a wannabe model, just take this tip, take these advices that I gave you, work on it, and you never know, you might be the next face on the cover of Vogue, and if you're a scout or a casting director or an agent, just hit me up and let's take this to the world. And thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, don't forget to leave your comment. And thank you so much once again for tuning in. This was a very insightful video for me too, and I just needed a reminder of that one step at a time, one day at a time. It's not gonna happen now, it is gonna happen now. You never know when it's gonna happen, so just patience, faith, hard work, perseverance. It's gonna get you where you want to be. Thank you so much for tuning in. Till the next time, bye.